Hello everyone, it's Trader Dom. It's 15th of December 2025. It's 8 p.m. here in Krakow in Poland, my time. So in this video, I would like to briefly discuss what I'm currently looking at in terms of opportunities for this week, and uh, and actually there's not that much I would say. But before we start, I would like to I would like to say that it's only for educational purpose. Um, my intention is not to tell you what to buy and when uh, or what to sell. So it's just to document my journey and actually um, hope you learn something or maybe this will give you some idea of what I'm trying to achieve here. So let's start. What I'm sharing here is the Sierra chart, and this is my chart book with the agricultural products, and I'm trading one setup and one setup only. It's called um, mother of all patterns, and this is pretty much based on the TPO market profile, and those those um, those bars are pretty much TPOs um, as a daily profile. So that's in essence what you are seeing here. And I scroll very much to the left so you can see a whole history, but I'm not looking that far usually. It's just to give you a small context of of the history. So at this day, we actually saw a spike on 13th of November. We saw a spike to the downside, which was pretty much rejected. We cleaned those lows here and immediately moved to the upside. So this rally ended up, with a breakdown to the downside. So that's why I mark this arrow here above this daily profile. So I'm always marking those situations with the arrow. So um, if you see my posts with those arrows, then this arrow means that the day, the value area of the day when up above which you see the arrow was a breakout day. By breakout day, I mean that the value area of this day is not overlapping with this day. I will remove those blocks so you have a maybe better understanding of what I'm talking about, and just to give you like a clear um, like a clear picture of what overlapping day means in this strategy. So overlapping day means that the value area of that day um, is is overlapping with the value area from previous day. So as you can see, this day is overlapping with this day is overlapping with this one is overlapping with this one, and so on and so forth, right? And here we have a day when value area of this day is not overlapping with prior. So I would mark an arrow here with indication that we have a breakout to the upside. Um, and this is pretty much very very important for me in this strategy because I'm trying to find what we call in this strategy a block. A block is like area on the chart where mm, where those days were overlapping each other, right? And usually I'm marking them with I'm starting to merging those days into composite profile. So on CRI, it's quite simple to do. I'm starting, with this profile, and if every day has overlapping value, I'm merging those profiles, and and I'm drawing rectangle to see, the value area from those days. Okay, so that's I think clear. That should be at least clear to everybody. We can do another example here, and as you can see, this day is overlapping with prior, and this value area of this day, which is this white space, is overlapping with prior day as well. So I will merge those days. Um, okay, do it quickly. But that's history. I'm not interested in the history of those days. That was just example how to how to understand, those arrows and those what I call blocks in this strategy. And I will discuss, the recent history, with all the details, and this should give you at least idea, of what this strategy is all about. So um, the reason why I'm merging those profiles is because this gives you like a consistency in, looking for the value area. So this is like this should be mm, this is like the main purpose to be able to mechanically and very easily spot, what we so call blocks. And as you can see, I mark arrow here because if I make it slightly bigger, then you will notice that there is a break in between those days. Uh, Actually, I'm looking at the wheat on it's CFD, and this day was actually Thanksgiving Day. It was 27th of November, so the day was slightly shorter, but the bigger picture of the setup is still in play, I would say. So, and this is just, like I said, educational value only. So yeah. So let me mark those blocks until this one, because as you can see, um, okay, this one. So this day is overlapping with this one. This day is overlapping with this one. This day, this value area is overlapping with this one, and this one as well with this. So, and here we have a break in between those days. So, okay, 1 second. And here I will mark it as red just to see it better visually. I like to, make a distinction in between, blocks which are down and blocks which has a breakout to the upside. So that's the only difference. And then we have 2 days until next breakout. So I will merge them in the same fashion as previous blocks, previous days. Okay, and that's another block. And now what we see here is a single day, right? You have a single day with the breakout. Mm, okay, I'll just, as you can see, there is no this value of the single day. This value area is not overlapping with this day, and it's single day. So it's like we can say that it's exception. I'm not interested in those kind of, let's say, days, because pretty much I'm trying to avoid like a intraday noise. I'm not interested in let's say people who are like intraday traders. I'm looking, with a with a for at least 2 days in which the blocks are overlapping. And in between this day and this, there is a breakout, right? It's a breakout to the downside. It's not at least in this case when we have a single day in between, in between breakouts. I'm usually ignoring this day. So I'm looking, about the context, but for me, this day it's not important. So it's like ignoring this day because statistically it's not important for me. And I'm trying to do the same as we did already here, which is merging blocks, days, merging days into a block to see where the true value of those days, true cumulative value is. So this day is overlapping with this one, with all of those days. So I will merge profile begin, merge profile end, and this gives me another block. Uh, and what happens next? So let's look at the context. And why do I even care about looking for those blocks and merging those days into composite profile? Because this is a mean reversion strategy. I'm trying to look for the space on the chart when where when there is a good opportunity to buy or sell depending on where price move. So for me, my understanding of what actually happened here is that if I go back and again merge this block, then this is value area of all of those days that we merge. Then we have another 2 days where actually if I merge those 2 days, then you see that the, we have a block, right? And this value area of those 2 days actually didn't move, right? It's still overlapping with the prior composite profile. So this means already that price moved, there was a breakout to the downside, um, but value area stayed in this area. And actually, it's the we have another, let's say, breakout, and in between there's this the single day which I'm ignoring, and we have another situation in which we have a cumulative multiple day value area where actually the cumulative value area is overlapping with prior block. And actually we have a set of, let's say, three events where value actually is in the same place, right? We can say that um, the market actually likes this place in between, this $536. So uh, where is, let's say, so where is this opportunity? And for me, the opportunity lies in what happens next. And actually, the opportunity uh, is happening actually at just in front of me on my eyes. So that's the reason why I'm trying to record this um, you know live because I want to um, I want to go back and review this maybe later on at the end of the week and see if I was right or wrong. Actually, doesn't really matter if this trade will work or won't. if I will get stop loss or not. It's just one trade. I don't care, honestly speaking. Um, but that's, the day which you see here is actually a breakout day, right? Right. So in between in between this day and the value area of this day and this day, we have a gap, right? So the the whole strategy, the whole purpose of this strategy is looking actually at where where the value um, stays, at some level, at some area, and where actually price is unfair. And in this case, which I'm showing you right now, it's like beautiful example of 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 this of the whole strategy of the whole mother of all patterns strategy. And it doesn't really matter if we'll have another breakout down, um, if we'll have, let's say, another breakout to the downside, then even here would be, in my opinion, even better place to buy. Uh, what is unknown for me is obviously is this really a good place to buy, or should I wait another day to see even better capitulation? I don't know, but I don't need to know. I'm just simply trying to look for a spot where I think I have an edge. And for me, edge is other understanding of all what actually happened here. And if I scroll to the left, then this day actually cleaned this low. So it's like one checked box one checked box marked, right? Another is this one, right? So ideally, if we clean those kind of the spots, because people have stop losses here. So it's a good liquidity. But on the other hand, obviously those people will be selling, so I want to buy it here. And usually, I'm fading all the time, right? I'm trying to. I'm not so I'm not waiting, for some kind of confirmation or something like that. Actually, you know, the better the price I get, you know, uh, you know, the more favorable price I get, the better for me, actually. So you can argue that I should wait for some kind of confirmation. Maybe we have a spike, and then entering on the, let's say, retest of the spike, or something like that. Yeah, that's fine, but usually, like I said, I'm fading those moves. And in this case, there's already a breakout, and if I see that we have like a capitulation day, or something that looks like a capitulation day, it's already a sign for me that I should be buying here in those cases. And yeah, so this is like a pattern, right? And how to make a good trade, just by knowing this setup. So usually for me, I'm placing, if I enter here or somewhere around here, obviously I don't know what will happen, or if we'll have another leg to the downside, and then market turn, or everything might happen. We might see a market going straight down and no reaction here, but it's just this is just my those are just my thoughts. uh, then what I'm doing here, if I enter here, I'm placing a stop loss, on a, you know at the distance of 7-day ATR. So this is something I thought at the beginning of when I started the strategy, and yeah, that's usually enough. That's usually enough when there is a spread on, especially on those agricultural products. Then sometimes I'm adding like slightly more space, like half a point or something like that, because we have huge spread usually on those products. Um, and the target for me is always the point of control of the block, which is closest. And so here it's kind of the tough because we have like a free point of controls. Usually, like I'm waiting only for the two blocks, and two blocks are simply enough. So if we had here this case and here was the breakout to the downside, um, then I would be entering here. And what is also very important is that blocks have to be in the same direction, right? So if I'm gonna buy here, then this block has to have an edge and bottom edge lower than the prior one. And if this, let's say, edge of this block, um, this edge of this block has to be as well lower than the edge of this one. So it simply tells you, like I said, that the market, let's say, is is, is moving down, right? Like gradually, but value stays at the same place, right? And here is like looking for capitulation and for a mean reversion trade to the value, back to the value. So my idea is just to you know target it here. This will be like the first target with 7-day 7-day and the next one, the next target would be here. And usually I'm targeting somewhere above the highs. So it's like the edge of it's like the resistance point. So maybe one point above, just to hit the stops here, and just run the stops, and I'm gone, right? I don't know what will happen, like I said, but um, for me this spot here is a decent play. I'm not as well any kind of the FIP trader, or I'm not, you know, believer that it works, but it, maybe for someone, but uh, sometimes I'm looking, at the price retracements, and I like a spots, when there's either halfway back um, or 61.8%. So, like I said, I'm not, you know, I'm not using those alone, but as kind of mm, let's say additional clue where we are. I know where we are just by looking, um, but like to think that someone might be buying after me. Um, so yeah, someone who believes that it works alone. So um, that's it for now. Um, Also, like a hint, which I'm always looking and always aware. If you don't have any idea where the capitulation, if that's capitulation, then actually no one actually knows where and if the market will turn. But you know, um, the first clue is that we broke to the downside. The stops were cleaned. Uh, there's this, I think, gap, so we might fill the gap, or I don't know if you know if that's a best spot to buy, but for me it already is, and I'm always at least looking how much we moved since last close and where we are in terms of the the daily the average daily ATR from the past, and at this spot we are already at the uh, almost at 100% of the ATR. So for me it's like additional clue that this trade, the spot might be good to at least place some small order and try to see what will happen next. So good luck everyone, and I hope that this give you some idea of the style and trading. Um, I promised myself that I will take only A plus trades, and on my central screen I have I've written I don't do trade today, not because I won't be trading, but simply I want to focus only on the best ideas, and it's 15th of December. I think that we might ver in next days a lot of people will be thinking about taking some time off, about their families. So I think that it's not maybe maybe not. It's just my thinking. Um, I feel that it's better to maybe take as well some time off to spend it with family, and not look into the screens when there's Christmas, right? So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I'll just um, I'll just focus on what I already have. This is the dashboard which I built on one of my accounts. It's my main account. I do have many trades, and maybe I'll try to summarize them as well. And yeah, and I'm not taking any more risk other than than most likely this setup, and that's it for this year. So yeah, good luck everyone.